Hi everybody, welcome to the Art of Lifing with Keka, our homebound edition during this COVID-19 global pandemic. So I wanted to talk to you today about the idea of time and our relationship with time, because this is something that I've really been grappling with myself. I've talked about how I feel like I'm addicted to being busy and how I feel like when I am not feeling productive, I don't feel good about myself. I feel like I'm just not getting things done. I feel like I'm not being responsible. I actually kind of, label myself as being lazy when I'm not productive. But I've done some work with Sean Phelps in Toronto. She is a coach, a clairvoyant coach that works with a lot of different high-performing entrepreneurs in business. And she had said something in one of our sessions that kind of really stood out to me. And it almost has become a bit of that North Star, that every time I feel like I'm feeling uncertain, that I go back to that. And she was saying, what if you take the idea of you being you as you are and saying that you are enough in this moment right now? What if you were enough right now? Because for me, I'm constantly labeling myself. I set goals for myself and I want to do this or I want to do that and I want to grow. But I'm starting to realize that I set up those to-do lists because I feel like I want to get better. But the underlying thought is that I'm not necessarily enough right now. And so I need to not be, I need to do so that I can get better and I can like myself better, that I can feel more worthy. And so this idea of being able to stop in the moment right now as we are and saying, in this moment, if I do nothing else in this moment, I am enough right now. It's a really hard concept for me to get used to because it is so opposite to the way that I have programmed myself my entire life. So here comes the coronavirus, and we are all now at home. We are physically distancing to be able to protect the greater good of our society, to protect ourselves and our loved ones. And suddenly I can't be busy and I can't do all of the things that I want to do that would conceivably make me feel better. By being busy in work, I feel better because I feel like I'm worthy. So I'm grappling with that question of, am I worthy enough right now in this moment, just as we have it? And I think that's why right now that we've been at home and really isolating ourselves at home, that I've been grappling with this idea of feeling rushed, feeling like I'm not doing enough, when in fact, what I'm realizing is that if I stop this busyness and this crazy chatter in my head, and I just learn to be with myself, that deeper inner work awaits me where I can learn to accept that I am enough just as I am, and everything else that I do on top of that is great. But it's not necessary and needed for me to feel like I am worthy and to feel like I deserve to be loved, that I even love myself in that way. And that's tough. I'm finding that to be really tough. Because really, it feels like it's going against the grain, it's going against the tide of everything that I have lived with all my life. But I feel like that's my challenge. And when I think about the fact that when I go and talk to students at schools or teachers, when I go into corporate companies, that is a big underlying condition that none of us often will talk about openly, is that, do you feel like you're enough exactly as you are in this very moment? It is so much easier, I think, for us to recognize the people that we love, the people that we admire, the people around us, and extend that feeling and that sentiment to them. I mean, I look at my kids and say, you are enough, you are amazing exactly as you are. Do I want you to stop? No, of course not. I want you to develop yourself. I want you to pursue your passions and do all the things that make you feel like you can grow in your world. But I still want you to think about and know that in this moment, when I'm kissing my kids goodnight when they're going to bed, I want them to go to sleep knowing that they are absolutely enough. They are worthy of love. they are enough. They don't need to do or be anything to be loved. But it's so hard to turn the tables on ourselves. That's what I'm really recognizing, and I feel like this global pandemic is forcing us in many ways to turn that table on ourselves, because if we're spending time alone at home, or if we're limiting our exposure to other people, we suddenly have way more time on our hands, but time to really be with ourselves. And I know for me, there's a sense of uncomfortableness that comes with that, and a sense of uncomfortableness of being with myself and saying, well, but I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And I think the answer for me lies in learning to be who I am, learning to really be that human being and not human doing, just because I will recognize the value that I have in me as I am. Do you grapple with the same type of questions sometimes? Is it a question that maybe you haven't articulated? Does any of this resonate? I would love to know your thoughts. Please share them with me and let me know how you're doing. In the meantime, I do hope that you're keeping well. I hope that you're keeping safe. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks.